Most are familiar with Hitler's concentration camps, and some have probably heard of Stalin's labor camps, the gulags. We think of labor camps as horrible events in some tainted parts of history, but most fail to realize that during the 20th century, labor camps were found almost everywhere. Even to this day, even though there have been various efforts to eradicate them, its concept and blueprints are still in full use. During the 20th century, there were camps, for example, in Russia, France, Turkey, Austro-Hungary, Brazil, Japan, China, India, Haiti, Cuba, Singapore, Siam, New Zealand, and many other locations. Over time, concentration camps became a tool in the arsenal of nearly every country. The system that breaks so many human rights are, in hindsight, effective for those who run it. Free labor without having to worry about the well-being of the prisoners, granting them minimal resources, is, for those who have no sympathy or moral and ethical compass, a profitable option. Forced labor didn't just appear out of nowhere from the wicked mind of some villain. It has been around for hundreds, even thousands of years. Native American reservations and Spanish missions set the stage for relocating vulnerable residents away from their homes and forcing them to stay elsewhere. But it was not until technology of barbed wire and automatic weapons that a small guard force could impose mass detention. With that shift, a new institution came into being, and the phrase concentration camps entered the world. Hopefully, this brief background gives the viewers some insight and perspective going into the issue that the video will discuss. That labor camps are still around and will most likely still be for a long time to come. For starters, the International Labor Organization reported back in 2012 that there were 21 million people in forced labor at that time. 11 million of those were located in Southern East Asia. In March of 2020, the Australian Strategic Policy Institute published a report which identified 83 foreign and Chinese companies as allegedly directly or indirectly benefiting from the use of the Uyghurs working outside of Xinjiang through potentially abusive labor transfer programs. In China, where there is mass censorship of the media with anything politically related, Muslim Uyghur population in the northern east region of Xinjiang are sent into what the government calls re-education camps. But there is evidence that Uyghurs are being used as forced labor and women being forcibly sterilized and abused. In Mexico, there have been plenty of reports of mainly farmers tricking immigrants into working for them, promising pay and security only to treat them as slaves. Some immigrants have even been found in shackles. And this strategy has been found not just in Mexico, but in plenty of other places. Also, there are around 150 million children currently in forced labor all around the world. And the most frustrating part of it all is that labor camps weren't just made out of hate towards a group. They were all around the world over a little over 100 years ago for a good reason. It's a systematic strategy that has proven to be effective and even good to the economy in some ways. One of Russia's biggest engineering achievements, the White Sea-Baltic Canal, was built by the workers of the gulags. Official records show that 12,000 workers died during the building process. And Applebaum estimated 25,000 deaths, while Alexander Solzhenitsyn, a survivor of the gulags, estimates over 250,000 deaths. Stalin made an incredibly useful and important canal very quickly and cheaply. Once again, if you throw out all moral issues and human rights, this is a big achievement for the nation. If we look at some of the farmers, gangs, and terrorists and others who enslave for work, although we would love to call them heartless villains, we could also call them poor people taking advantage of even poorer people to make money that they couldn't make in regular society. Labor camps and forced labor have proven almost impossible to eradicate once introduced into the world.